Wikihow Youth Lot 31. Chrome / newtab / https www.wikihow.com category maturity, from youth. https://www.wikihow.com /b-and-individual. https://www.wikihow.com /maturity-test. https://www.wikihow.com /b-mature. https://www.wikihow.com /b-responsible. https://www.wikihow.com /b-serious. https://www.wikihow.com /blame-shifting. Pro. Quizzes. Edit. Explore. Login. Random. Skip to content. Personal development. Self-discovery. How to be an individual. Download article. Parts. 1. Developing a healthy perspective. 2. Taking action. 3. Developing your individuality. Other sections. Expert Q&A. Related articles. References. Co-authored by Rachel Clissold. Last updated, the 18th of April, 2024. Fact-checked. It's not always easy to be an individual, especially if you find yourself lost in peer pressure, confusing feedback, and loud personalities. However, if you make an effort to accept the person who you are while continuing to grow and evolve, then you'll be on your way to discovering the person you were meant to be. Being an individual takes work and dedication, and it doesn't mean you have to stick out in a crowd, either. Being a true individual means having convictions and not being afraid to go off the beaten path. Part 1. Developing a healthy perspective. Download article. 1. Stop caring what others think. If you want to really move forward to become an individual, then you have to put aside your worries about what other people are thinking. You should want to be an individual just for yourself, not so the kids in your school think you're awesome or that you stand out in some way. If you obsess over what other people are thinking, then you'll never be able to really please yourself, because people are fickle and it's impossible to please everyone. 1. Of course, gossip hurts, and it's hard to not be hurt by it. Still, if you hear gossip about yourself, just know that it's coming from a person who is weak and insecure, and that you know better than to stoop to that level. Try to surround yourself with people who are supportive of you rather than people who are going to judge you or drag you down. 2. Don't be afraid to be yourself. As corny as it sounds, being an individual means being unabashedly yourself. It means not hiding your true feelings every time you go out in public, or acting like you're perfect and refusing to acknowledge your flaws. It means being comfortable with presenting your flaws, quirks, and ideas to the world and feeling good about who you are. Of course, it can take time to get there, but you need to get in the habit of letting people see who you really are instead of acting like a person you think they'd rather talk to. 3. Of course, it's necessary to present slightly different sides of yourselves to different people. However, in general, you shouldn't feel like you're flipping a Switch to act like a completely different version of yourself when you talk to different people. Override your fear and learn to trust the feeling that tells you who you're meant to be and where you're meant to go. 4. 3. Don't feel forced to be different. You may think that being an individual means wearing neon, playing a banjo, or just standing out in a room of 500 people, like Where is Waldo? However, it doesn't actually mean that at all. You don't need to be eccentric to be an individual, you just have to be happy being yourself, and asserting your own ideas and opinions. In fact, if you try too hard you may get the opposite effect, and may find yourself being less genuine than normal. If you like to wear low-key earth-toned clothes, for example, stick to the style that you like instead of thinking that you need to change your wardrobe to really be an individual. You don't need to change your hair or makeup or to get a tattoo, either. Being an individual comes from the inside. Of course, everyone is different in some way, but not everyone is visibly different. If you are different for a cool reason that not everyone can see, like being able to speak 8 languages or being an awesome break dancer, then don't be afraid to strut your stuff. Angelina Jolie, actress and humanitarian. Having a compelling personal style is about being authentically yourself. I think we all know boldness when we see it. Nothing makes me smile more than when I see someone being fully themselves, with their own individual style and character, whatever that is. 4. Build up your confidence. Though building your confidence up won't happen overnight, you can take steps to working toward loving and accepting the person who you truly are. You can't be an individual without having confidence in the person that you are, so you should work on finding things to be grateful for, focusing on your strengths, and working on asserting yourself, and being positive in social interactions. The more you focus on building your confidence, the sooner you'll become a true individual. 5. One way to build up your confidence is to spend time with people who make you feel good about yourself. It's hard to be confident when you're supposed best friends are always putting you down. Body language can go a long way in making you look and feel confident. Work on standing tall, looking people in the eye, and avoid folding your arms across your chest or staring at the ground. Just projecting confidence can make you feel much better about yourself. 5. Stick to your convictions. An important component of being an individual is sticking to your convictions and not letting other people make you change your opinions every time you get in a debate. Of course, it's good to be open-minded and to be willing to learn from others, but you have to work on not being a pushover and showing people that you really mean what you say. Don't let people pressure you into behavior you don't respect, and work on sticking to your guns. The next time your friends are trying to get you to change your mind, if you really don't want to do something because you feel that it's morally wrong, don't give in to your friends or acquaintances simply because it's more convenient. Learn to explain why you believe the behavior, such as underage drinking, is wrong, and then walk away from the situation. Don't let someone else put you down and make your ideas feel small just because the person is louder, taller, or tougher than you. Work to have concrete examples and evidence to back up your ideas, and don't be afraid to state them. If a caring friend is genuinely helping you see a new perspective of a situation, Then be grateful for it and ask more questions. You should work on sticking to your convictions when you know there's no changing your mind, but you don't need to be stubborn. 6. Work on being more comfortable in your own skin. Another way to be an individual is to be happy and comfortable in your own skin. Work on developing a love for your body and mind, and make your presence known when you enter a room. If you hunch over, complain about yourself, or are uncomfortable talking to people, then you'll project a lack of confidence and will come off as a person who isn't happy filling his own shoes. Make a habit of loving inhabiting who you are, of being self-assured enough to state your opinions, and of learning to talk to new people without hesitation. 6. People who are true individuals are comfortable in their own skins because they don't care what other people think of them. If you look comfortable and happy with what you're doing, then people will give you the respect you deserve. Get in touch with your inner child. What is it inside of you that really wants to come out? Once you discover that, find the courage to express that side of you. 7. Know that there is literally no one else like you in the world. This may sound silly, but if you want to change your perspective and work towards being an individual, then sometimes the best thing you can do is to stop and realize that there's no other person in the world who has had the same upbringing, values, looks, and thoughts as you do, and that you are truly unique and different. You may feel like there's nothing that makes you stand out, but you have to remember that everyone is different in some way. Even if you have a twin brother, you are your own person and no one else can see the world exactly as you do. Be proud of that fact and own it. You may think that there's something completely ordinary about you, such as having 3 siblings or speaking 2 languages, but to many people, these experiences can be quite extraordinary and you should be proud of them. Even if you may seem like everyone else from the outside, you can do the work to make other people realize that you have your own unique experiences and ideas to share. Part 2. Taking action. Download article. 1. Find a new hobby. One way to be an individual is to find something that you truly and deeply care about and to make an effort to really explore it. If you don't know what you're good at yet, then you should try to join more clubs at school, pick up a sport, or take a class in Japanese, creative writing, watercolor painting, tap dancing, or really anything at all that you've been wanting to try. Finding something that you love and sticking to it will help you boost your confidence while finding a new way to help you express yourself. 8. Along with finding a new hobby, you can work to see if you can turn it into a passion. You may discover that you really want to be a writer, photographer, or dancer, and this will give you even more confidence and conviction in your abilities. 2. Explore your creative side. Not every person has to be creative to be an individual. However, exploring your creative faculties can open up new ideas and can make you feel more aware of new possibilities. Try your hand at writing a short story, a poem, a play, or even a novel, or work on writing a skit with your friends just for fun. Explore your artistic side and work on drawing, ceramics, oil painting, or charcoal sketching just to see what strikes your fancy. You don't have to be particularly good at it, but you should be willing to try if you want to be an individual. Even if all you can draw are stick figures, exercising the creative part of your brain can help you see the world in a new, original way. This is a big part of being an individual. Being creative can also help you discover new ideas you didn't know you had. You may never have thought about the world in a certain way until you tried your hand at writing short stories. 3. Accept challenges. Another way to be an individual is to step outside of your comfort zone and to accept the new challenges the world may bring. Volunteer in a new part of town, run for class president, apply for a job that you're not sure you're qualified for. Help your friend figure out a difficult project. When a challenge comes your way, don't bat it away and stick to the things you know, but make an effort to try new things and to tackle new and difficult questions. True individuals are always growing and changing. They face challenges with fortitude and work to find the best way to succeed, no matter how difficult the circumstances are. Of course, if you're overbooked, you don't want to say yes to everything, either. Or you'll be too busy to grow as a person. But if you're worried about trying something new because you think you might fail, then you should take up the challenge and see what you can do. 4. Spend more time with people you admire. Another way to be an individual is to surround yourself with independent thinkers whose ideas and ways of life you admire. You can learn a lot from people who are creative, interesting, and not afraid to be who they are. If you spend all of your time with followers or with people who don't really have much to teach you about the world, then it'll be harder for you to grow as an individual. This doesn't mean you should ditch every person who you deem to be too boring for you, but it does mean that you should seek out people who challenge you and inspire you to be a better version of yourself. 5. Use your critical thinking skills. True individuals are critical thinkers. They evaluate every aspect of a situation before reaching a conclusion, and they use a large knowledge base to help them find the best approaches to tricky situations. They don't accept everything they hear from their friends or on the radio and do their own research, making sure that they're reaching the best conclusions instead of resorting to lazy or incomplete thinking. True individuals think outside the box and know that most situations are more complicated than they seem. They don't accept everything they hear at face value, even if it's coming from a person they respect. Individuals are always asking a lot of questions and aren't afraid to admit when they don't know an answer. They know that the best way to be informed is to question everything. Become more well-read. Read every book you can get your hands on, from the complete works of Virginia Woolf or Franz Kafka to contemporary non-fiction about historical events or modern science. The more you read, the more knowledge you gain, and the more information you have at your disposal. Reader poll: we asked 347 Wikihow readers, and 65% of them agreed that the best way to seek help and information independently is by searching online or using search engines. Take poll. 6. Don't do things to fit other people's expectations. One of the reasons you may be struggling with becoming an individual is because you feel like you have to fit the expectations of your parents, friends, significant other, or society at large. If you truly want to be an individual, then you have to do what is best for yourself, not what your parents expect you to do. It can be hard to say no to people or to tell them that your goals are different from theirs, but this is the only way you can truly move forward. For example, if your parents want you to go to med school because you come from 3 generations of doctors but you'd rather study creative writing, be up front about it. You don't want to fall into a life that doesn't feel like your own. Of course, you shouldn't go against all of the expectations of society just to be an individual, but because you really think you're doing what's best for you. For example, if you drop out college, do it because you have a great reason for it, not because you think it would be rebellious. Part 3. Developing your individuality. Download article 1. 1. Don't try to fit a mold. If you want to be a true individual, then you can't think of yourself as fitting a mold. You can't just be preppy, a jock, a nerd, a hipster, or a regular frat guy, either. You have to be beyond categorization like that if you want to truly be a unique person. You can have elements of different molds of people, but you can't be so easily able to be pinned down if you want to be a true individual. Instead of trying to be a certain type of person, work on developing qualities that you admire. You can hang out with a certain type of person, but you don't have to worry about fitting in with that group or looking, talking, or dressing exactly like the people you're friends with. Variety is the spice of life, and things will be pretty boring if you look like everyone else you hang out with. 2. Develop your authenticity. To be an individual, you have to be authentic. If people think you're phony or putting on airs, they'll be able to tell from a mile away. Instead of trying to be overly nice, wearing clothes that really aren't you, or hanging out with people you don't really like because you think it'll make you more popular, you should work on being true to yourself. Wearing what makes you feel comfortable, and not saying things just to please people if you really don't believe a word you're saying. Before you step out the door, take a look in the mirror. Do you recognize the person you're looking at? If not, then you better give your look more consideration. Don't give phony compliments just to suck up to people. Instead, tell them when you genuinely like something about them, even if you think it's a bit offbeat. If you're not being sincere, they'll be able to tell. 3. Be more honest. To be an individual, you have to work on being an honest person who is comfortable with stating the truth, even when the circumstances are difficult. Avoid lying just to make yourself look better, to sugarcoat the truth for your friends when they really need to hear it, or even to cheat in school or to get ahead in an unfair with. True individuals are genuine people who aren't afraid of the truth and are comfortable enough with themselves to state it. Don't lie about how much money you have, how much money you make, or about your material possessions in general. This won't impress anyone and they'll be able to tell that you're trying too hard. Of course, telling a white lie, like not telling your friend her new haircut is too severe, is perfectly fine if you're not hurting anyone. 4. Address the flaws you can address. If you want to be a true individual, then you have to be willing to improve yourself. You can't be content with every aspect of yourself or you'll never grow and improve. Though you should work on accepting the things you can't change about yourself, you should make an effort to address the flaws you can address, so that you can be on Your way to being a more honed version of yourself. Take it one step at a time. It doesn't have to be anything major, at first. Maybe you're always late to things. Make a goal to be on time to everything for a week. And then a month, and then make it a habit. Know that working on larger issues, such as trust issues, can take much longer than a few weeks. Still, making a plan to get there can help you grow faster. 5. Be more assertive. To be a true individual, you have to be able to assert yourself and be comfortable stating your ideas. Speak clearly, be articulate, and look people in the eye when you want to get your point across. Don't let other people put you down or interrupt you, and stick to your beliefs while being open to other well-meaning suggestions. Don't let people walk all over you, and don't get stuck doing something because you're too nice to say no. Individuals know what they want and think, and they aren't afraid to make it known. If you feel really strongly about something, don't let another person sway you just because you don't want to hurt his feelings. Make your feelings clear, and have hard facts about why you feel a certain way. Work on saying no to people when you genuinely can't or don't want to do something. Be comfortable explaining that you're too busy to take on more work. And don't let people make you feel bad about not doing more. Speak with conviction. Instead of starting sentences with, "I think that maybe," or "it could be possibly that," make firm statements like, "I will not work on another project with Karen." 6. Learn to laugh at yourself. True individuals know not to take themselves too seriously and are comfortable poking fun at themselves at the right time. They are aware of their flaws and are okay with not being perfect, and they don't make people feel like they have to walk on eggshells around them, either. If you want to be an individual, then you should be as comfortable laughing at yourself as you are asserting your beliefs. It's okay not to be serious all the time. It doesn't make you any less of an individual. True individuals are always growing and always learning. You can't be a true individual if you're so serious about yourself that you can't even laugh at your own flaws or be self-aware enough to want to change. 7. Listen to your gut. Listening to your intuition is crucial if you want to be an individual. Sometimes, something like a job offer will look great on paper, and everyone will tell you that you should take it, but you may get a nagging feeling that you know it's not really what you want to do with your life. If you really want to be an individual, then you have to work on knowing when you get a bad or good feeling about something and following those instincts instead of logic. Some of the time, individuals are original thinkers. Though they think critically, read a lot, and use facts to back up their ideas, they are also able to trust themselves and sense when something isn't quite right. Expert Q&A. Question: how can I embrace my authentic self? Rachel Clissold, Certified Life Coach. Expert answer: have the courage to show up as you are. There's something inside of you that wants to come out and be shared, so don't be afraid to speak up. Not helpful 4. Helpful 3. Ask a question. Submit tips. Submit a tip. All tip submissions are carefully reviewed before being published. Submit. You might also like how to find yourself, how to be yourself, how to set goals, how to Be mature. How to be responsible. How to be serious. What is blame shifting? Plus, how to respond to it. How to be a responsible student. How to be a mature teenager. 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. Taking responsibility for your actions. How to do it and why it's important. How to stop being immature. How to act more mature in daily surroundings. How to be a responsible teen. References: 1 https://psychcentral.com/blog/mental shifts to stop caring what people think of you. 2 Rachel Clissold, Certified Life Coach. Expert interview. The 26th of August, 2020. 3 https://www.psychologytoady.com/us/blog/click here happiness/201810/howbe yourself in 5 simple steps. 4 Rachel Clissold, Certified Life Coach. Expert interview. The 26th of August, 2020. 5 https://or.reachout.com/articles/how to build self-confidence. 6 https://www.psychologytoady.com/us/blog/click here happiness/201810/howbe yourself in 5 simple steps. 7 Rachel Clissold, Certified Life Coach. Expert interview. The 26th of August, 2020. 8 https://www.wexwade.edu/life-skills-wellness/extension. homemakers/hobbies_lesson-guide.pdf. About this article. Co-authored by Rachel Clissold, Certified Life Coach. This article was co-authored by Rachel Clissold. Rachel Clissold is a life coach and consultant in Sydney, Australia. With over 6 years of coaching experience and over 17 years of corporate training, Rachel specializes in helping business leaders move through internal roadblocks, gain more freedom and clarity, and optimize their company's efficiency and productivity. Rachel uses a wide range of techniques including coaching, intuitive guidance, neuro-linguistic programming, and holistic biohacking to help clients overcome fear, break through limitations, and bring their epic visions to life. Rachel is an acclaimed Reiki master practitioner, qualified practitioner in NLP, EFT, hypnosis and past life regression. She has created events with up to 500 people around Australia, United Kingdom, Bali, and Costa Rica. This article has been viewed 162,804 times. 14 votes, 86%. Co-authors, 19. Updated, the 18th of April, 2024. Views, 162,804. Categories: featured articles, self-discovery, maturity. In other languages: Spanish, Italian, Indonesian, French, Russian. Print. Send fan mail to authors. Thanks to all authors for creating a page that has been read 162,804 times. Did this article help you? Yes, no. Co-authored by Rachel Clissold. Certified Life Coach. Co-authors, 19. Updated, the 18th of April, 2024. Views, 162,804. 86% of readers found this article helpful. 14 votes, 86%. Click a star to add your vote. Carlos Gonzalez. The 27th of October, 2016. This article is a good starting point to discover who we are so we can become the best version of ourselves. Share yours. More success stories. Quizzes. Do I have a dirty mind quiz? Take quiz. Am I a good kisser quiz? Take quiz. Riz game, test your riz. Take quiz. What's your red flag quiz? Take quiz. Am I smart quiz? Take quiz. How insecure am I quiz? Take quiz. You might also like how to find yourself, how to be yourself, how to set goals, how to be mature. Featured articles. How to protect yourself from predators, for kids. How to play mahjong. How to remove scratches from a phone screen. How to add an egg to ramen, tips for creating a flavorful meal. 9 ways to cut your long hair at home. How to respond to a heart emoji. Trending articles. Best excuses to use to explain away a hickey. Am I smart quiz. 7 easy ways to know if someone is online on Snapchat. How to be cat-like. How to effectively crack your back. How to turn a voice memo into an MP3, iPhone, Mac, Windows. Featured articles. How to make a glitter bomb. How to fold clothes. How to develop productive habits. How to send a good morning text and make someone feel special. How to make cloud slime. The easiest way to clean your room from top to bottom. Featured articles. How happy am I quiz. How to whiten teeth with baking soda. What does angel number 1111 mean? How to be healthy. How to make perfume last longer. How to appreciate yourself. Watch articles. How to clean the bottom of an oven. How to prepare lemon tea. How to cook a delicious omelette, a step-by-step guide. How to straighten your hair. How to clean flip-flops. How to close a bag of chips by folding it. Trending articles. How to see who is connected to your wireless network. 80+ bio ideas to spice up your Discord profile. Something bit me. Common insect bites, with pictures. All about the that girl aesthetic. How to grow taller. How to view Instagram without an account. Quizzes. What Disney princess am I quiz. Take quiz. Do I have a phobia quiz. Take quiz. Guess my age quiz. Take quiz. Am I a genius quiz. Take quiz. Depression test. Take quiz. What human emotion am I quiz. Take quiz. Categories. Education and communications. Personal development. Self-discovery. Wikihow newsletter. Helpful how-tos delivered to your inbox every week. Sign me up. By signing up you are agreeing to receive emails according to our privacy policy. Home. About Wikihow. Experts. Jobs. Contact us. Sitemap. Terms of use. Privacy policy. Contribute. Don't miss out. Sign up for Wikihow's newsletter. Subscribe. X. Join us in our mission. For over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to do anything. Today, we're asking that you join us. Any amount that you can contribute helps us to continue providing readers like you with trusted, accurate and up-to-date information. Please consider supporting our continued work with a contribution to Wikihow. Let's do this. Pro. Quizzes. Explore. Login. Random. Skip to content. Personal development. Maturity. Am I mature? Take this quiz to find out. Start quiz. Wow, you're really mature for your age. Sound familiar? People love to use words like mature and immature to label how mentally and emotionally wise our decisions and actions are. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to check in with yourself and see just how much you've matured, though? We've got you covered. Hit start quiz and by the end of this quiz, we'll tell you exactly how mature you are. Quizzes are more fun with friends. Share this quiz with your friends and compare results. Questions overview. 1. Do you feel like you have a good handle on your emotions most days? Oh, absolutely. I feel really in control of my emotions. B. Mostly, but I slip up occasionally. C. Kind of. I lose control sometimes, though. D. Not really. I don't feel like I'm in control of my emotions. 2. Your teacher just gave you constructive feedback on a project. How do you react? A. I thank them and make a mental note for later. B. I smile and nod, but I'm a tiny bit annoyed on the inside. C. I explain how I disagree, but I don't really push the matter. D. I launch into an argument with them. They're totally in the wrong. 3. You and your friend get into a pretty nasty argument. How do you patch things up? A. I acknowledge the role I played in our argument and take accountability for my actions. B. I offer the most genuine apology I can muster, even if I don't fully mean it. C. I apologize, but make it clear that they're the one in the wrong. D. I don't do anything, it's up to them to fix things. 4. How often do you ask how are you doing, to your friends and loved ones? A. At least once per conversation. B. Once every few days. C. Once a week or so. D. I don't typically remember to check in. 5. You just received a bad grade and are feeling super frustrated. How do you react? A. I give myself time to unpack my feelings later on in a private space. B. I feel tense about it at first, but push it to the back of my mind until later. C. I don't talk about it, but I'm a little bit snippy for the rest of the day. D. It really affects my mood, all my peers can tell that I'm upset. 6. Do you feel comfortable expressing your feelings in a respectful way? A. Yes, definitely. I can share my feelings without blaming other people. B. Usually, yeah, I don't have too much trouble keeping my cool. C. Occasionally, but it doesn't take long for me to play the blame game. D. Nah. I tend to blame other people for how I'm feeling. 7. The new gadget you want costs $0, but you only have 0 saved up. What's your next move? A. I patiently save a little money over the next few months. B. I ask my neighbors if I can do some chores for a little cash. C. I ask my friend to loan me the rest of the money. D. I guilt trip my parents until they give me what I want. 8. In a given conversation, how much time do you spend talking about yourself? A. About 50%, it's an even split between myself and the other person. B. Between 50 and 60%. I talk a little more than the other person. C. Around 60 to 80%. I definitely dominate the conversation. D. Over 80%. The other person might get a few sentences in. 9. How often do you set aside time for self-reflection? A. At least once a day. B. Once every few days, I'd say. C. Once a week, typically. D. No idea, it's not really a priority for me. 10. A friend just disagreed with something you said. How do you react? A. I ask them about their opinion. I'm so intrigued to hear their thoughts. B. I laugh it off, though I feel slightly irked. C. I say nothing, but stew about it long after the conversation ends. D. I poke fun at their opinion. That's what they get for disagreeing with me. 11. Do you like to gossip with your friends? A. Nope. I'd be hurt if I knew someone was talking about me behind my back. B. A little bit. It's definitely a guilty pleasure. C. I like to gossip, but I don't usually initiate it. D. Absolutely. I love to hear the latest tea. 12. Your peer wins an award that you were hoping to get. What do you do? A. I smile and congratulate them. They earned it. B. I give them a shout out, but I don't really mean it. C. I roll my eyes. They probably became a teacher's pet in order to win. D. I complain to my friends about how I deserved to win. Start quiz. More quizzes. How innocent are my quiz? How empathetic are my quiz? What should I be when I grow up? Quiz. Am I evil quiz? Am I a good friend quiz? Do I have common sense quiz? Explore all quizzes. The official Wikihow quiz newsletter. Be the first to get new quizzes. Our expert quiz writers have something new and exciting for you every week. Sign up. All about maturity. What is maturity? Maturity is the ability to act both emotionally and mentally like an adult. Mature individuals aren't just tuned into their emotions, they are able to communicate their feelings in a healthy and respectful manner and acknowledge how other people are feeling and thinking as well. Signs that you're emotionally mature. You can comfortably separate your emotions from your sense of self. It's easy for you to acknowledge that your feelings are separate from your identity. For instance, you can feel sad once in a while, but that doesn't make you a sad individual. You can accept constructive criticism from others. You have no difficulty taking a person's feedback in stride and recognizing it for what it is. When people give you constructive criticism, you don't take it as a personal attack on your character. You can understand how different emotions develop within your body. Maybe you feel a sinking sensation in your gut before you feel sad, or your face gets really flushed whenever you feel angry. Whatever the case, you're in sync with yourself and understand what your different bodily cues mean. You can communicate your own feelings in a healthy way. Instead of bottling up your feelings, you let other people know what's on your mind in a respectful and honest manner. You're able to do this without pinning the blame on someone else. You're good at keeping your cool in different situations. No matter what the situation, you refuse to lash out at others as a way of coping. Instead, you can generally keep a level head in most scenarios. You take accountability for yourself. You have the grace and humility to own up for your actions in the event that your emotions do get the better of you. During your apology, you don't blame others for your behavior. You stay tuned into other people's needs. You're great at identifying how other people are feeling and are good at checking in to make sure they're okay. Want to learn more? Want to learn more about maturity and what it means to be emotionally mature? Check out these resources. https://psychcentral.com/blog/signs-emotional-maturity. https://www.micbar.org/file/journal/article/article2954.pdf. https://www.mindful.org/how-to-test-your-emotional-maturity/. You might also like how to be mature, how to act more mature in daily surroundings, how to be a mature teenager, how to be a mature preteen. Reviewed by Alison Broneman, Ph.D. Clinical Psychologist. Co-authors, 4. Updated, the 28th of July, 2024. Views, 141,139. 86% of readers found this article helpful. 512 votes, 86%. Click a star to add your vote. Anonymous. The 12th of April. I liked the way the quiz was asking about my friends and done in a lot different ways, but I think you could add more. Share yours. More success stories. More quizzes. How innocent are my quiz? How empathetic are my quiz? What should I be when I grow up? Quiz. Explore all quizzes. Categories. Education and communications. Personal development. Maturity. Wikihow newsletter. Helpful how-tos delivered to your inbox every week. Sign me up. By signing up you are agreeing to receive emails according to our privacy policy. Home. About Wikihow. Experts. Jobs. Contact us. Sitemap. Terms of use. Privacy policy. Contribute. X. Join us in our mission. For over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to do anything. Today, we're asking that you join us. Any amount that you can contribute helps us to continue providing readers like you with trusted, accurate and up-to-date information. Please consider supporting our continued work with a contribution to Wikihow. Let's do this. Pro. Quizzes. Edit. Explore. Login. Random. Skip to content. Personal development. Maturity. How to be mature. Download article. Methods. 1. Developing mature behaviors. 2. Developing emotional maturity. 3. Communicating like an adult. Plus show one more. Other sections. Expert Q&A. Video WATCH now. References. Article summary. Co-authored by Katie Styzik. Last updated, the 7th of August, 2024. Fact-checked. Maturity is more than a matter of age. There are mature 6-year-olds and immature 80-year-olds. Maturity is a matter of how you treat yourself and others. It's how you think and behave. 1. So if you're tired of all of the childish conversations and fighting around you, or you want people to have more respect for you, try some of these techniques to learn how to become more mature. No matter what age you are, when you are mature, you will always be the grown-up in the room. Method 1. Developing mature behaviors. Download article. 1. 1. Develop your interests. 2. Lacking dynamic or developed interests or hobbies might contribute to your seeming immature. Finding something that you enjoy doing and becoming an expert at. It can make you seem more experienced and mature. It will also give you something to talk about with others, whether or not they also participate in your hobby. Try to keep your hobbies active and productive. It's a lot of fun to watch a TV show marathon, but it isn't necessarily the best use of your time. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy movies, TV, and video games, but they shouldn't be the only things you spend your time on. Hobbies can increase your self-esteem and boost your creativity. They can also stimulate parts of your brain that make you feel positive and happy. There's basically no limit to the types of things you can do. Get a camera and learn photography. Pick up a musical instrument. Practice a new language. Learn to beatbox. Start a live-action role-playing group. Just make sure that whatever you choose is something you enjoy doing, or it'll become a chore rather than a hobby. 2. 2. Set goals and work towards them. Part of maturity is being able to assess your current strengths, determine areas that you need to improve, and set goals for the future. Keep the future in mind and let it inform the choices you are making about your life right now. Once you have set goals that are clear, actionable, and measurable, take action to work towards them. 3. Setting goals can seem overwhelming, but don't worry. It just takes a little time and planning. Start by figuring out what really matters to you, what do you value, and what do you want to do next in your life. From there, you can figure out the steps you need to take to get where you want to be. 4. First, you need to think about a few categories: who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who. This is who will be involved in achieving your goals. Obviously, you are the primary person here. However, this category could also include a tutor, a volunteer coordinator, or a counselor. What do you want to achieve? It's important to be as specific as possible. In this step, prepare for college is way too big. You'll never get started on a huge vague goal like that. Instead, choose a few specifics that will help you achieve that bigger goal, like do a volunteer activity and participate in an extracurricular activity. When this helps you know when specific parts of your plan have to be done. Knowing this will help keep you on track. For example, if you want to volunteer, you need to know if there's a deadline to apply, when the activities are, and when you will be able to do them. Where It's often helpful to identify where you'll be working on achieving this goal. For the volunteering example, you might choose to work at an animal shelter. How? In this step you identify how you'll achieve each stage of your goal. For example, what is the process for contacting the shelter to volunteer? How will you get to the animal shelter? How will you balance your volunteering with your other responsibilities? You have to think about answers to these types of questions. Why? This is probably the most important part, believe it or not. You're more likely to achieve a goal when it's meaningful to you and you can see how it fits in the big picture. Figure out why this goal is important. For example, I want to volunteer at the animal shelter so that I can make my resume more attractive for pre-vet college programs. 3. Know when it is okay to be silly. You do not have to be serious all of the time in order to be mature. Real maturity is knowing your audience and figuring out when it's appropriate to be silly and when it's important to be serious. It's good to have different levels of silly so you can scale your actions appropriately. 5. Try setting aside a part of your day that's just for goofing off. You need time to blow off steam and get goofy. Give yourself a little time every day, say, after school, to indulge in wacky hijinks. Understand that silliness usually isn't appropriate in formal situations, such as school, church, at work, and especially at funerals. You're expected to be paying attention, not pranking people. Being silly in these situations will usually communicate immaturity. However, informal situations like hanging out with your friends, or even time with your family, can be a great time to get silly. It can even help you bond with each other. Establish some parameters for when it is okay and when it is not okay to play a joke or be silly. Don't use mean-spirited or belittling humor or pranks. 4. Be respectful of others. We all have to live in the world together. If you do things to intentionally annoy others, or if you do whatever you want without keeping the feelings of others in mind, people may view you as immature. Trying to remember the needs and wants of other people around you will help you cultivate a reputation as a mature and respectful individual. Being respectful of others doesn't mean you have to let them walk all over you. It does mean that you need to listen to others and treat them the way you'd like to be treated. If the other person is rude or unkind to you, don't respond with unkindness of your own. Show that you're the bigger person by walking away. 6. 5. Pick mature friends. Your friends will influence your behavior. Make sure that you're associating with people who will make you a better person, instead of spending time with people who only drag you down. 7. Method 2. Developing emotional maturity. Download article 1. Don't be a bully. Bullying behavior often emerges from a sense of insecurity or poor self-esteem. It can be a way for people to try and assert their power over others. Bullying is bad for people who are bullied and for those who do the bullying. 8. If you find yourself engaging in bullying behavior, talk to someone you trust, like a parent or school counselor, about how to stop. Bullying falls into 3 basic types: verbal, social, and physical. 9. Verbal bullying involves things like name-calling, threatening others, or making inappropriate comments. While words don't cause physical harm, they can cause deep emotional wounds. Watch what you say, and don't say something to someone that you wouldn't want them to say to you. Social bullying involves doing damage to someone's social reputation or relationships. Shunning others, spreading rumors, humiliating others, or gossiping are all types of social bullying. Physical bullying involves hurting someone, or someone's things. Any physical violence, as well as taking or destroying someone's stuff or making rude gestures, are forms of physical bullying. Don't allow bullying to happen when you're around, either. While you don't have to get physically involved with a bully, in fact, that can be really unsafe. There are plenty of ways for you to help create a bully-free environment. Try 10. Setting a good example by not bullying others. Telling bullies that their behavior isn't funny or cool. Being nice to victims of bullying. Telling responsible adults about bullying. If you feel like you have a bullying problem, consider talking with a counselor or therapist. Maybe you have some deeper issues that are making you feel like you need to belittle or pick on others. A counselor can give you approaches to develop more positive relationships. 2. Avoid gossip, rumors, and talking about others behind their backs. Gossip, rumor mongering, and backstabbing can hurt other people just as much as if you'd punched them in the face, maybe even more. 11. Even if you don't mean gossip maliciously, it can still do damage. Mature people care about others' needs and feelings and don't do things that could cause hurt. Gossip won't necessarily make you cool or popular, either. Studies have shown that gossip may make you seem cool when you're in 5th grade, but by 9th grade, when you're hopefully more mature, gossipers are generally seen as less likable and less popular. 12. Don't encourage gossip either. If someone tries to initiate gossip when you're around, speak up. Research shows that when even one person says, "Hey, I'm not cool with gossiping about other people," it can really make a difference. 13. Sometimes, you may say something nice about someone and it can end up translated by other people as gossip. For example, maybe you told a friend, "I really like hanging out with Zi. She's so funny," and someone else told someone else that you said something mean. You can't control how other people interpret or respond to what you say. The only thing you can control is what you say and do. Make sure that your words are kind. A good test to determine whether something is gossip or rumor is to ask yourself, would I want other people to hear or know this about me? If the answer is no, don't share it with others. 3. Be the bigger person if someone is unkind to you. If you can let it go, don't reply. Your silence will communicate that what the person said was not okay. If you can't let it go, simply tell the person that their comment was rude. If the person apologizes, accept the apology. If there's no apology, just walk away. 4. Keep an open mind. Mature people are open-minded. Just because you have never heard of or tried something, doesn't mean you should shut it out or dismiss the possibility. Instead, look at it as an opportunity for you to learn about something, or someone, new and different. 14. If someone has a different belief or habit than you do, don't judge it immediately. Instead, ask open questions, such as could you tell me more about this, or why do you do that? Try to listen more than you talk, at least at first. Don't interrupt people or say but. I think let them talk. You'll be surprised what you learn. Ask for clarification. If someone says or does something that doesn't seem right, ask for clarification before you make a snap judgment. For example, if you think someone just insulted your beliefs, take a deep breath and then say something like, I heard you say underscore 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 underscore. Is that what you meant? If the other person says /he didn't mean it that way, accept it. Don't expect the worst from people. Go into situations expecting that everyone else is human, just like you. They probably won't try to be mean or hurtful, but they may also make mistakes. Learning to accept people just as they are will help you be more mature. Sometimes, you just won't agree with someone else. That's okay. Sometimes, you just have to agree to disagree. That's part of being mature. 5. Have confidence in yourself. Do not apologize for any quirks or oddities that you may have, even if others don't approve. As long as your behaviors aren't antisocial and won't cause anyone harm, you should feel free to express your individuality. Mature people don't second-guess themselves or try to be something that they aren't. 15. Developing hobbies and skills you're good at is a great way to build your self-confidence. You'll learn that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to, and have a cool set of skills to share with others. Watch out for that inner critic. If you notice negative thoughts about yourself, think about whether you'd say them to a friend. If you wouldn't do it to a friend, why would you tear yourself down? Try rewording these negative thoughts into helpful ones. 16. For example, you might think I am such a loser. I suck at math and I'll never get any better. This isn't a helpful thought, and it definitely isn't something you'd tell a friend. Reword it in terms of what you can do about it. I'm not great at math, but I can work hard. Even if I don't make an A in the class, I'll know I did my best. 6. Be genuine. A mark of true maturity is being true to who you are. You can have self-confidence without acting arrogant or pompous. A mature person doesn't have to tear others down or pretend to be something /he's not to feel good about him or herself. 17. Talk about things that truly interest you. When you care about something, it shows. When you have negative thoughts about yourself, it can be tempting to go overboard denying them. For example, if the thought I really am worried about this test next week shows up, your first reaction might be to pretend nothing scares me. This isn't true to yourself. It's more mature to admit when you're feeling insecure or vulnerable. Everyone has moments when they don't feel confident. That's totally normal. Express your feelings clearly. Beating around the bush or being passive aggressive aren't mature or genuine ways to deal with your feelings. Be polite and respectful, but don't be afraid to say how you really feel. 18. Do what you think is right. Sometimes, other people may mock or criticize you for it. However, if you stick to your principles, you'll know you've been true to yourself. If people don't respect that, you don't want their good opinion anyway. 7. Accept personal responsibility. Possibly the most important part of becoming a more mature person is accepting responsibility for your own words and actions. 19. Remember that things don't simply happen to you. You are an agent in your own life, and your words and actions have consequences both for yourself and others. Own up when you make mistakes. Recognize that you can't control what anyone else does, but you can control what you do. Accept responsibility when things go wrong. For example, if you do badly on an essay, don't blame it on the teacher. Think about what actions you took to get you to that result. What can you do better next time? Focus less on whether something is fair. Things will not always be fair in life. Sometimes, you may deserve something that you don't get. Mature people will not allow unfairness to stand in the way of their accomplishments. 8. Take control of what you can. A lot of anxiety comes from trying to control things that aren't necessarily yours to control. However, there are things you can control, and it's important to be aware of those and to work on what you can in order to improve those things. For example, 20. For the job, you can polish and proofread your resume. You can prepare for the interview as well as you can. You can dress professionally when you interview for the job. You can show up on time. You may still end up not getting the job, but you will have done everything within your control. For relationships, you can be respectful, funny, and kind. You can be yourself around the other person. You can be vulnerable and tell him/her that you'd like to have a relationship. These are things you are in control of. Even if things don't work out, you can rest easy knowing you stayed true to yourself and gave yourself the best shot. 9. Don't accept defeat. Most of the time, people give up because it's easier than trying again. It's much easier to say I'm a loser than it is to say, well, that approach didn't work out, let's see what else I can do. Accept responsibility for your choices and choose to keep on trying, no matter what. Method 3. Communicating like an adult. Download article. 1. Control your temper. Anger is a powerful emotion, but it can be tamed. Don't overreact to minor things that don't matter. When you feel yourself getting upset, stop and take 10 seconds to think about your response before you do or say anything. This will keep you from things you regret and will help you become a more mature communicator. 21. After you stop, ask yourself what's really going on. What's the real problem here? Why are you upset? You may find out that you're really mad about something that happened 2 days ago, and actually not about having to clean your room. Think of potential solutions to the problem. Run through a couple of ways you might react before you pick one. What will address what's going on? Consider the consequences. This is where a lot of people may stumble. Doing what I want is often the most attractive solution, but will it really fix the problem? Or will it make it worse? Think about what the result of each option is likely to be. Pick a solution. After you've considered the possible consequences of each option, pick the one that seems best for you. Note that this won't always be the easiest or the most fun. That's just part of becoming more mature. If you must say something, use a calm voice and give some reasonable arguments to justify how you're feeling. If the person just wants to argue and doesn't want to listen, walk away from the conflict. It's not worth it. When you're enraged or about to overreact, take deep breaths and count to 10. You must maintain self-control and not let wrath get the better of you. If you have a temper, people may enjoy provoking you. When you control your temper, they will lose interest in making you angry and will start leaving you alone. 2. Learn assertive communication techniques. When adults want to communicate maturely, they use assertive techniques and behaviors. Assertiveness isn't the same as cockiness, arrogance or aggression. Assertive individuals express their own feelings and needs clearly, and they listen when others do the same. 22. Arrogant and selfish individuals don't care about others' needs and are focused on getting what they want, when they want it, whether or not it makes others miserable. Learn to stand up for yourself without being arrogant or aggressive, and you'll definitely feel more mature. Here are some ways to communicate assertively. 23. Use I statements. You statements make other people feel blamed and shuts them down. Keeping the focus on what you're feeling and experiencing keeps the way open for productive, mature communication. For example, instead of telling your parents you never listen to me, try using an I statement like I feel like my perspective hasn't been heard. When you say you feel a certain way, the other person is more likely to want to know why. Recognize others' needs too. Life isn't all about you. It's great to communicate your feelings and needs clearly, but remember to also ask others about theirs. Being able to put others first is a true sign of maturity. Don't jump to conclusions. If you aren't sure what happened with someone, ask. Don't prejudge. Remember, you don't have all the information. For example, if your friend forgot that you were supposed to go shopping together, don't assume that it's because she doesn't care or is a terrible person. Instead, use an I statement and follow it up with an invitation for her to express her feelings. I felt really disappointed when you couldn't make it shopping. What's up? Offer to collaborate with others. Instead of saying I want to go skateboarding, ask others for input. What would everyone like to do? 3. Avoid constant swearing. Many people and cultures have expectations that mature communicators won't curse or swear. Swearing can shock others, or even make them feel as though you're disrespecting them. Swearing can also cause others to think that you're incompetent or bad at communicating. 24. Instead of swearing, try expanding your vocabulary. As you learn new words, use them to express yourself. If you frequently swear when you're upset or when you hurt yourself, try making it a game to come up with creative exclamations instead of swearing. When you stub your toe, it's a lot funnier, and more impressive, to say something creative like fudge monkeys. 4. Speak politely and refrain from raising your voice. If you raise your voice, especially when you are angry, you're likely to make people uncomfortable. They may even decide to tune you out. 25. Screaming is what toddlers do, not mature adults. Use an even, calm tone of voice, even when you're upset. 5. Watch your body language. Your body can say as much as your words. For example, crossing your arms in front of you can tell others that you're not interested in what they're saying. Standing slouched over communicates that you're not really there or you want to be somewhere else. Learn what your body is communicating, and make sure it's what you want. 26. Hold your arms relaxed at your sides instead of crossing them in front of you. Stand up straight, with your chest out and head parallel to the floor. Remember that your face communicates too. Don't roll your eyes or stare at the floor. 6. Talk about mature topics with people. Examples of mature topics include school, the news, life experiences, and life lessons you have learned. Of course, you can take some time for being goofy with your friends. It's all about considering your audience. You probably won't talk about the same topics with your best friend as you do with your math teacher. Ask questions. One of the signs of maturity is intellectual curiosity. If all you ever do is talk at someone, you won't seem very mature. Ask others for their input. If someone says something interesting, say, "Tell me more about that." Don't pretend to know something you don't. It can be hard to admit you don't know something. After all, you really want to appear mature and informed. But pretending to know something only to have it come out that you don't could make you look and feel foolish. It's much better to say something like, "I haven't read much about that. I'll have to look into it." 7. Say something nice. If you can't say something positive, don't say anything at all. Immature people constantly criticize things and point out flaws about other people, and they don't hesitate to say hurtful insults by all matters. Sometimes, they justify cruelty by stating that they're just being honest. Mature people choose their words carefully, and they don't hurt people's feelings in their quest to be honest, so remember to watch what you say, and don't say things that hurt others' feelings. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. 8. Learn to apologize sincerely for your mistakes. No matter how conscientious you are, you're going to say the wrong thing or inadvertently hurt people from time to time. We all do stupid things once in a while, because nobody on earth is perfect. Learn to swallow your pride and say, "I'm sorry." A genuine, honest apology when you've done something wrong demonstrates true maturity. 27. 9. Tell the truth, but be compassionate. This is a really difficult skill to master, but thinking about whether you would want someone to say something to you can help you figure out what to say. In Buddhism, there's a saying, if you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true, is it necessary, is it kind? Consider it before speaking. Those around you will appreciate your honesty, and your compassion will show that you truly care about others. 28. For example, if a friend asks you if her dress makes her look fat, consider what would be most helpful. Beauty is very subjective, so offering an opinion on her looks isn't likely to be helpful. However, telling your friend that you love her and she looks just the way she is could be the confidence boost she needs. If you really think your friend's outfit is not attractive, there are tactful ways to say this if you think it will be helpful. For example, "I like the red dress better than this one." Doesn't judge your friend's body, nobody needs that, but It does answer her question of whether she looks her best. Behavioral scientists suggest that some types of dishonesty are actually pro-social little lies you tell to help others avoid embarrassment or hurt. It's up to you to decide whether this is something you want to do. Whatever you decide, choose to be kind in doing it. Method 4. Being courteous. Download article. 1. Use good manners when you interact with people. Shake hands with a solid, firm grip, and look right into that person's eyes. If your culture has a different way to greet others, use that form in an appropriate and polite way. When you meet someone new, make a good effort to remember the person's name by repeating it. Nice to meet you, Wendy. Good manners. Communicate that you respect the other person, which is the behavior of a mature person. 29. Throughout any conversation, listen carefully and maintain eye contact. Don't stare at the other person, though. Use the 50/70 rule, make eye contact for 50% of the time when you're talking, and 70% of the time while the other person is talking. 30. Avoid fidgeting or fiddling with random objects. Fidgeting is a sign that you lack confidence. Keep your hands open and relaxed. Don't sit there thinking about places you'd rather be. Most people are very good at noticing when you don't care about an interaction, and it will hurt their feelings. Don't talk on your cell phone or text people while you should be paying attention to the person in front of you. This communicates disrespect. When you enter a new situation or new community, keep quiet for a while and notice how other people are acting. It's not your job to tell other people what they should or shouldn't do. Instead, watch and be respectful. 2. Observe good online etiquette. Using good online etiquette shows that you respect your friends, family and other people that are hanging out with you online. It's a sign of maturity. Keep in mind that a lot of what you say online can also be seen by people like potential employers, teachers, and others, so don't say things that would embarrass or hurt you. Avoid strong or offensive language. Don't overuse exclamation points. Remember that you aren't there in person to clarify your point, so make sure not to overwhelm your audience. Use your shift key. Capitalize proper nouns and the beginnings of sentences, instead of writing in all lowercase letters. Avoid using non-standard capitalization. It makes your writing much harder to read. Avoid using all capital letters. This is the internet equivalent of shouting. This may be okay if you're posting a tweet about how your hockey team just won the championship, but it's not a good idea in daily emails and social media posts. When sending an email, use a salutation, the Dear in Dear John. Starting an email without one is rude, particularly if it's to someone you don't know well or to someone like a teacher. Also use a closing, such as thank you or sincerely. Proofread before you send an email or make a social media post to make sure you didn't make a mistake. Use complete sentences, and be sure to add proper punctuation at the end of each sentence. Go easy on abbreviations, slang and emoticons. It's okay to use these in a casual text to a friend, but don't use them in an email to your teacher, or in another situation where you want to look mature. Remember the golden rule online, just like the golden rule in real life. Treat others the way you want to be treated. If you want someone to be nice to you, be nice to them too. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. 3. Be helpful. Hold doors, help pick things up, and offer assistance to anyone who needs it. Consider being helpful in your community as well, like being a mentor to a younger student, tutoring, or working at an animal shelter. When you make others happy, you're more likely to feel happy yourself. Serving others rather than just yourself is a very mature behavior. Helpful acts may also boost your self-esteem. Studies have shown that when we help others, we get a sense of accomplishment and pride in what we've done. 31. Being helpful isn't always a two-way street. There may be times when you help others and they don't say thank you or offer to help in return. That's on them. Remember that you're being helpful for you, not to get anything from anyone else. 4. Avoid trying to be the center of attention all the time. When you constantly take over conversations and talk about yourself all of the time instead of giving other people a chance to talk, it shows disrespect and immaturity. Showing a genuine interest in the interests and experiences of others can make you seem more mature and less self-centered. You might also learn something new or develop a new respect for someone based on what you hear. 5. Accept both compliments and criticism with maturity. If somebody compliments you, say thank you and leave it at that. If someone criticizes you, be polite and say something okay, I'll definitely think it over. Maybe the criticism isn't valid, but handling it politely makes you look mature in the moment. 32. Try not to take criticism personally. Sometimes, people may be trying to help and aren't communicating well. If you think that's the case, ask for clarification. I heard you say that you didn't like my essay. Could you tell me some more specifics so I can do better next time? Sometimes, the criticism says much more about the person giving it than it does about you. If the criticism seems unfair or hurtful, remember that the other person may just be trying to make him or herself feel better by tearing you down. In some cases, they may even be reacting that way because they recognize something in you that they don't like about themselves. 33. Accepting criticism gracefully doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. If someone hurts your feelings, tell them in a calm and polite way, I'm sure you didn't mean it this way, but when you criticized my outfit it really hurt my feelings. Next time, could you not make comments about my appearance? Don't spend too much time criticizing yourself, either. If you notice something about yourself you'd like to change, work on it a little at a time. Keep in mind that any change is a process, so be patient if it doesn't happen overnight. 34. Expert Q&A. Question: how do I show maturity? Katie Styzik, professional school counselor. Expert answer: start by choosing friends that have a positive influence on your life rather than keeping ones that bring you down. Not helpful for helpful. 36. Question: how can I figure out the goals I should set for myself? Dawn Smith Camacho, career and life coach. Expert answer: the best thing to do is to really spend time thinking about what you want from this stage of your life. What do you ultimately care about and value? Then, figure out the steps you need to take to make that happen. Not helpful 5, helpful 48. Ask a question. Submit video. Read video transcript. Tips. When faced with a conflict with others, avoid arguing and instead, try to resolve it in a calm, rational manner. If it does escalate to arguing, end it as quickly as possible. Maturity is difficult to acquire. However, don't change who you are to become more mature. Instead, endeavor to be who you are and be that well. It is no longer a question of who is older and who is younger. If you want to be taken seriously by people around you, think and act on how you want to be heard. Just make sure that once you take the step, be firm about it, and make a stand on your choice. If something went wrong, do your best to keep your calm and think of the next step. Don't put the blame on others. You took the action and you're responsible for it. Be matured, and be responsible. Be kind, understanding and a friend to everyone. Don't be kind just for one day, but all the time. Show more tips. Tips from our readers. While perseverance is mature, know when a plan truly isn't working and adjustment is needed. Asking for help when you genuinely need it doesn't mean that you failed. Pretending everything's fine when it isn't can seem immature. Find positive role models like respected siblings. Observe and learn from their mature example. Adapt their communication style to situations instead of overly formal speech. Express hurt feelings directly to the person instead of cutting them off. However, if they remain rude, forgiving them shows maturity while still protecting your peace. Seek win-win resolutions in conflicts instead of forcing your way. Be open-minded to others' perspectives. If this is difficult, find a mentor's example to follow. Start simply with consistent politeness and manners. Build up to more complex skills, like self-control. Make steady progress. Dress and compose yourself appropriately for each situation. Avoid drastic appearance changes without context. Don't be jealous as it shows immaturity. Instead, learn from others and praise them. Take pride in your work. A job worth doing is worth doing well. Submit a tip. All tip submissions are carefully reviewed before being published. Submit. You might also like how to control your temper, how to be mature in middle school, how to be the bigger person, how to be responsible, how to be serious. What is blame shifting? Plus, how to respond to it. How to be a responsible student. How to be a mature teenager. 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. Taking responsibility for your actions. How to do it and why it's important. How to stop being immature. How to act more mature in daily surroundings. How to be a responsible teen. How to be an emotionally independent person. References. 1 https://www.psychologytoady.com/us/blog/the full picture /202204 What it really means be mature. 2 Katie Styzik, professional school counselor. Expert interview. The 28th of October, 2020. 3 https://inside.uu.edu/Cali learning/psychological skills goal setting / 4 Dawn Smith Camacho, career and life coach. Expert interview. The 13th of May, 2020. 5 https://www.theguardian.com/lifeandstyle/August/23/23 Why it is sensible to be silly. Serious times call for drawing smiley faces on fruit. 6 https://www.psychologytoady.com/us/blog/valleyGirlBrain/202101 Should you be the bigger person? 7 Katie Styzik, professional school counselor. Expert interview. The 28th of October, 2020. 8 http://www.stopbullying.gov/what is bullying /definition/index.html 9 http://www.stopbullying.gov/what is bullying /definition/index.html More references, 25. About this article. Co-authored by Katie Styzik, professional school counselor. This article was co-authored by Katie Styzik. Katie Styzik is a professional school counselor for Chicago Public Schools. Katie earned a BS in elementary education with a concentration in mathematics from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. She served as a middle school mathematics, science, and social studies teacher for 3 years prior to becoming a counselor. She holds a Master of Education, M.Ed., in school counseling from DePaul University and an MA in educational leadership from Northeastern Illinois University. Katie holds an Illinois School Counselor Endorsement License, Type 73 Service Personnel, an Illinois Principal License, formerly Type 75, and an Illinois Elementary Education Teaching License, Type 03, K9. She is also nationally board certified in school counseling from the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. This article has been viewed 2,928,560 times. 57 votes, 82%. Co-authors, 200. Updated, the 7th of August, 2024. Views, 2,928,560. Categories, maturity. In other languages: Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, German, Russian, French, Chinese, Dutch, Czech, Indonesian, Arabic, Thai, Korean, Hindi, Vietnamese, Turkish. Print. Send fan mail to authors. Thanks to all authors for creating a page that has been read 2,928,560 times. Did this article help you? Yes, no. Co-authored by Katie Styzik, professional school counselor. Co-authors, 200. Updated, the 7th of August, 2024. Views, 2,928,560. 82% of readers found this article helpful. 57 votes, 82%. Click a star to add your vote. Jason Rayford. the 12th of July, 2016. I enjoyed the ways of how to be mature. Thank you for helping me. I feel like this article has helped me become more. Share yours. More success stories. Quizzes. Do I have a dirty mind quiz? Take quiz. Am I a good kisser quiz? Take quiz. Riz game, test your riz. Take quiz. What's your red flag quiz? Take quiz. Am I smart quiz? Take quiz. How insecure am I quiz? Take quiz. You might also like how to control your temper. How to be mature in middle school. How to be the bigger person. How to be responsible. Featured articles. How to protect yourself from predators, for kids. How to play mahjong. How to remove scratches from a phone screen. How to add an egg to ramen, tips for creating a flavorful meal. 9 ways to cut your long hair at home. How to respond to a heart emoji. Trending articles. Best excuses to use to explain away a hickey. Am I smart quiz. 7 easy ways to know if someone is online on Snapchat. How to be cat-like. How to effectively crack your back. How to turn a voice memo into an MP3, iPhone, Mac, Windows. Featured articles. How to make a glitter bomb. How to fold clothes. How to develop productive habits. How to send a good morning text and make someone feel special. How to make cloud slime. The easiest way to clean your room from top to bottom. Featured articles. How happy am I quiz. How to whiten teeth with baking soda. What does angel number 1111 mean? How to be healthy. How to make perfume last longer. How to appreciate yourself. Watch articles. How to clean the bottom of an oven. How to prepare lemon tea. How to cook a delicious omelette, a step-by-step guide. How to straighten your hair. How to clean flip-flops. How to close a bag of chips by folding it. Trending articles. How to see who is connected to your wireless network. 80+ bio ideas to spice up your Discord profile. Something bit me. Common insect bites, with pictures. All about the that girl aesthetic. How to grow taller. How to view Instagram without an account. Quizzes. What Disney princess am I quiz. Take quiz. Do I have a phobia quiz. Take quiz. Guess my age quiz. Take quiz. Am I a genius quiz. Take quiz. Depression test. Take quiz. What human emotion am I quiz. Take quiz. Categories. Education and communications. Personal development. Maturity. Wikihow newsletter. Helpful how-tos delivered to your inbox every week. Sign me up. By signing up you are agreeing to receive emails according to our privacy policy. Home. About Wikihow. Experts. Jobs. Contact us. Sitemap. Terms of use. Privacy policy. Contribute. Don't miss out. Sign up for Wikihow's newsletter. Subscribe. X. Join us in our mission. For over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to do anything. Today, we're asking that you join us. Any amount that you can contribute helps us to continue providing readers like you with trusted, accurate and up-to-date information. Please consider supporting our continued work with a contribution to Wikihow. Let's do this. Pro. Quizzes. Edit. Explore. Login. Random. Skip to content. Wikihow is where trusted research and expert knowledge come together. Learn why people trust Wikihow. Personal development. Maturity. How to be responsible. Download article. Methods. 1. Taking care of yourself and others. 2. Showing maturity in relationships. 3. Planning your time. Plus show 2 more. Other sections. Expert Q&A. Related articles. References. Article summary. Co-authored by Sandra Possing. Last updated, the 24th of June, 2024. Fact-checked. Wanting to be more responsible is admirable. Being responsible can seem hard at first, but if you keep at it, it will become second nature to you. To be responsible, you should keep your promises and honor commitments that you've made. You need to organize your time and money, as well as take care of yourself and others, including both physical and emotional needs. The best ways to be a responsible person: clean up after yourself, help others without being asked, hold yourself accountable, tell the truth, no matter what, think before you speak, set goals for yourself. Method 1. Taking care of yourself and others. Download article. 1. Clean up after yourself without being asked. When you make a mess, clean it up, don't just leave it there for someone else to find. You made the mess, so you should be the one to clean it. Think about how another person would feel if they came into the mess or if someone had already cleaned it. 1. For instance, if you create a huge mess while making a sandwich, take the time to put the ingredients away, wipe up spilled crumbs, and wash any dishes you made or put them in the dishwasher. 2. Put things in their proper place so you don't have to do it later. It's your job to keep up with the things you own, from your shoes to your keys. If you put them in the proper place when you're done using them, you won't have trouble finding them later. Not only does it help keep things organized, it shows that you value the things you own. For instance, always put your keys on the hook or table when you come in the door, so you know where they are. 3. Do things without being asked. Doing just the things you are asked to do is responsible. But to show that you can care for yourself and others, you need to do things before you're asked. That shows you are responsible enough to see what needs to be done and take care of it. 2. For instance, maybe you notice that no one's taken out the trash today. Don't just leave it for someone else to do. Take the initiative to do it yourself. Alternatively, maybe no one has made plans for dinner. Get a plan together, and make dinner for everyone. 4. Place others' needs before your own. When you have a family, friends, and / or pets, being responsible may mean placing their needs above your own. That doesn't mean you don't take care of yourself. but it does mean you may need to take care of yourself later if someone you love has a need right now. 3. For instance, maybe you really need to eat, but someone in your family gets a cut that needs tending to right now. Obviously, you should help them first before eating. Sometimes, putting others' needs first starts by determining what are really our needs and what are our wants. For instance, maybe you want to go out with your friends, but your parents need you to stay home to babysit. Going out with your friends may feel like a need, but it's more of a want. 5. Be consistent. Your responsibility won't mean much if it's hit or miss. If you want to be responsible, then you have to find a routine that works for you and stick to it. For instance, don't just study for 10 hours in a row and then give up on studying for 3 weeks. Instead, spend 1 hour every day looking over the course material. Staying consistent also means keeping your word and following through with commitments you make to yourself and others. Being reliable shows people can depend on you to do what you say you're going to do. Method 2. Showing maturity in relationships. Download article 1. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. That means that when you do something wrong, own up to it. You're going to make mistakes, everyone does. However, where you show you're responsible is when you can say you made a mistake. 4. Even if no one catches you doing wrong, tell the right person it was your mistake. For instance, if you accidentally break a friend's possession, don't try to hide it. Say, "I'm sorry, I accidentally broke your sunglasses. Can I replace them?" You can't change anything you've done wrong in the past, so be compassionate with yourself. However, you have to take ownership of what happened, without blaming anyone else, in order to move forward. 2. Tell the truth to keep your relationships authentic. White lies, like telling someone you like their new scarf when you don't, generally aren't an issue. However, when you let big lies enter relationships, such as lying about what you do with your time, can have bigger consequences. Try to be as honest as you can, as honesty shows you are responsible enough to tell the truth. 5. Plus, when you lie, you need to keep your lies straight, which can become difficult. 3. Keep in touch with loved ones and friends. Don't let your relationships fade away. Organize gatherings or host events to show your responsibility and to show you are actively trying to spend time with them. Offer to help others when they need you. You never know when you may also need to ask for a favor. Make time to meet in person. You'll need to be responsible enough to organize your time well and make plans in advance to see people you know. When you're with other people, put your phone down. Put the people in front of you before social media. 4. Find solutions for issues instead of casting blame. Problems come up in any relationship. Instead of blaming the other person, try to find a way to solve them. A responsible person looks for solutions instead of trying to decide whose fault it is. 6. For instance, maybe you and a family member keep miscommunicating when texting. It's caused several fights. Instead of blaming the other person, sit down together and try to figure out how you can do better. Maybe you can agree to be more specific in your texts or to ask for clarification when you feel you don't have enough information. Similarly, don't attack someone instead of dealing with the issue. Personal attacks won't get you anywhere. 5. Think before you speak to show you care. People who are not responsible with their words will shout out the first thing that comes into their heads, including calling another person names. Instead, take time to think your words through. Don't let your anger get the better of you. 7. If you find yourself too angry to control what you're saying, try counting to 10 in your head as you take deep, calming breaths. You can even tell the other person, I need a moment to calm down before our conversation continues. I don't want to say something I don't mean. 6. Learn to think about other people's thoughts and feelings. Empathy is feeling what other people feel. When you say something or do something, think about how it will make the other person feel. If you're not sure, consider how it would make you feel. If it would make you feel bad, reconsider what you were thinking about doing or saying. You are not responsible for what other people feel. However, you are responsible for what you say to them and how you act around them. A responsible person has the empathy to think about what other people are feeling in a given situation. Method 3. Planning your time. Download article. 1. Make a schedule to plan your time. Whether you have a daily planner or use a phone app, a schedule helps you stay on top of your responsibilities. It reminds you what you need to be doing. Plus, it shows you where you're spending your time. Write out appointments you have, places you go every day, and the chores you need to get done each day. 8. Your morning sets the foundation for your whole day. Schedule plenty of time to wake up and get going in the mornings. Don't just set your alarm for 5 minutes before you have to get up. 9. Set an intention for each day. Sometimes just naming what you want can help make it happen. Think about what you want to achieve, for instance, or who you want to meet. 10. 2. Take care of your tasks before having fun. One aspect of being responsible is not putting off your tasks until after you've had fun. Start by doing what you need to get done first, and then you can relax and have fun afterward. 11. For instance, if you need to do the dishes but you want to go outside, do the dishes first. Then you can be outside without the responsibility hanging over your head. 3. Check how much time you spend on social media. Social media can drain a lot of your time without you even realizing it. You may think you don't have enough time to get your chores done, but you likely do if you put down your phone, tablet, or computer. 12. Try using an app that limits the time you spend on your phone or computer. It can help teach you responsibility with your time. 4. Save time to give back to your community, too. While taking care of your personal life is very important, so is taking care of your community. You're a member of your larger community, and you should take part in making it a better place to live. Set aside time each month just for volunteering. 13. Volunteering doesn't have to be boring. No matter what you love, from nature to books, you can find a way to engage in that interest while volunteering. For instance, you could work to clean up a local park or help shelve books at your local library. 5. Keep your long-term commitments. When something is fun and new, it's easy to be committed to it. However, it becomes a little more difficult when the novelty wears off. Whether it's being in a club, taking a leadership role in a community organization, or volunteering, you have to be in it for the long term. 14. When you commit to doing something, stick with it. That doesn't mean you have to do it forever. However, if you, say, take on a leadership role for a year, stick with it for that year at least, unless you absolutely can't for some reason. 6. Learn to set goals for yourself. Pick a few goals that you want to achieve. They could be long-term goals, like becoming a doctor or becoming a better friend. Alternatively, they could be short-term, like making your bed every day or running a 5K within a month. Whatever they are, write them down, and come up with a plan for how exactly you will tackle them. Once you set goals, figure out concrete steps you can take each day to reach those goals. For instance, if you want to run a 5K, make a plan for how much you'll need to walk or run each day to work up to running a 5K in a month. Method 4. Taking control of your money. Download article. 1. Set money goals for yourself. Whether you're still in high school or you're an adult, you should have goals for your money. That way, you have something to work towards and a reason to put money away regularly. Plus, you won't need to constantly ask people around you for help with money. 15. For instance, maybe you want to save up for a car. Decide how much you want to spend on a car by researching ones in your area. Then, start putting away money every time you get some to help build your car fund. 2. Find a way to earn cash for yourself. Even if you're still at home, you can find ways to earn money. Do odd jobs for neighbors, or ask your parents if they have any chores they'll pay you for. 16. You can even get a part-time job outside your house. Babysitting or being a lifeguard are often good part-time jobs when you're younger. 3. Make a budget. A budget is just a document showing what money you have coming in and where you want it to go. Try a monthly budget, where you document how much cash you receive each month. Then, add amounts for things you need to spend money on, such as food, as well as money you need to save for emergencies and future wants. Subtract these amounts from the money you have coming in each month to determine what you can spend on other fun things. 17. You can use something as simple as a piece of paper and pen to create a budget, but you can also use a spreadsheet or a budgeting app to help you figure it out. 4. Avoid being constantly in debt. Don't put more on your credit card than you can pay off each month, unless you have an emergency. Try not to borrow from friends and family. Instead, have money saved up so you can be ready for any emergency that comes along. 18. Debt means you are paying extra for the things you bought. Alternatively, it means you owe money to a friend or family member. Neither is a responsible way to spend money, though emergencies do happen. Sample ways to be responsible. Ways to avoid blaming others. Ways to set responsible goals. Expert Q&A. Question. How can I show my parents I am responsible enough for them to have more trust in me? Paul Chernyuk, LPC. Licensed Professional Counselor. Expert answer. Actions speak louder than words. You need to act in a responsible manner without them having to ask you, and sooner or later they will start to take notice. You can start by possibly washing the dishes after dinner without being asked regularly. Just be consistent about doing whatever you choose. Not helpful 8 helpful 88. Question. How can I get motivated to be more responsible? Paul Chernyuk, LPC. Licensed Professional Counselor. Expert answer. Start with at least one aspect of your life where you can be responsible. It can be as simple as just keeping a schedule or keeping your own room clean. Not helpful 4 helpful 52. Question. How can I do better if I've been really irresponsible? Rachel Clissold. Certified Life Coach. Expert answer. The first step is to have love, acceptance, and compassion for yourself. Then, take ownership of what happened rather than blaming anyone else for it. Not helpful 3 helpful 13. Ask a question. Submit. Reader videos. Submit a video tip. Share a quick video tip and help bring articles to life with your friendly advice. Your insights could make a real difference and help millions of people. Submit a video. Tips. Building responsible habits can take some practice, but with time it will become second nature. 19. Make a schedule, clean up after yourself, do your homework, and get good grades. Be responsible in school by doing your homework and studying for tests and quizzes. Tips from our readers. Set a schedule for yourself every weekend, or off day, to catch up on chores. Then, when you're done, you can have time to relax. Try setting yourself 3 tasks to complete each day. This can help you manage your workflow and become more responsible. Don't push yourself too hard. Stop and take a rest when you need to. Submit a tip. All tip submissions are carefully reviewed before being published. Submit. You might also like 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. How to be punctual. How to accept blame and take accountability, with expert tips. How to be honest. How to be mature. How to be serious. What is blame shifting? Plus, how to respond to it. How to be a responsible student. How to be a mature teenager. Taking responsibility for your actions. How to do it and why it's important. How to stop being immature. How to act more mature in daily surroundings. How to be a responsible teen. How to be an emotionally independent person. References. 1 http://claremont.org/wp content/2017/02/rights-and-responsibilities.pdf 2 https://s3.amazonors.com/schoolfiles/977/building_responsibility_in_kids.pdf 3 https://us/blog/201211/201211/the marks. Maturity. 4 https://homepage.se.edu/kvonbergen/2012/12/responsibility and accountability 1.pdf. 5 https://www.psychologytoady.com/us/blog/resolution not conflict/201603/ Can you spot 10 signs childish adult? 6 https://thesystemsthinker.com/moving from blame to accountability/. 7 https://educatingpowerkids.org/wp content/2019/03/think before you speak 3 lesson.pdf. 8 https://hbr.org/2020/01/ Time management is about more than life hacks. 9 Rachel Clissold, certified life coach. Expert interview. The 26th of August, 2020. More references. 10. About this article. Co-authored by Sandra Possing, life coach. This article was co-authored by Sandra Possing. Sandra Possing is a life coach, speaker, and entrepreneur based in the San Francisco Bay Area. Sandra specializes in one-on-one coaching, with a focus on mindset and leadership transformation. Sandra received her coaching training from the Coaches Training Institute and has 7 years of life coaching experience. She holds a BA in anthropology from the University of California, Los Angeles. This article has been viewed 1,237,690 times. 255 votes, 89%. Co-authors, 155. Updated, the 24th of June, 2024. Views, 1,237,690. Categories, featured articles. Maturity. In other languages: Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Dutch, Chinese, Russian, Indonesian, Arabic, Hindi, Thai, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Turkish. Print. Send fan mail to authors. Thanks to all authors for creating a page that has been read 1,237,690 times. Did this article help you? Yes, no. Co-authored by Sandra Possing, life coach. Co-authors, 155. Updated, the 24th of June, 2024. Views, 1,237,690. 89% of readers found this article helpful. 255 votes, 89%. Click a star to add your vote. Anonymous. The 14th of March. This helped me start learning to be responsible. I want to be able to walk somewhere alone one day like my sister. More. Rated this article. Share yours. More success stories. Quizzes. Do I have a dirty mind quiz? Take quiz. Am I a good kisser quiz? Take quiz. Riz game, test your riz. Take quiz. What's your red flag quiz? Take quiz. Am I smart quiz? Take quiz. How insecure am I quiz? Take quiz. You might also like 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. How to be punctual. How to accept blame and take accountability, with expert tips. How to be honest. Featured articles. How to protect yourself from predators, for kids. How to play mahjong. How to remove scratches from a phone screen. How to add an egg to ramen, tips for creating a flavorful meal. 9 ways to cut your long hair at home. How to respond to a heart emoji. Trending articles. Best excuses to use to explain away a hickey. Am I smart quiz. 7 easy ways to know if someone is online on Snapchat. How to be cat-like. How to effectively crack your back. How to turn a voice memo into an MP3, iPhone, Mac, Windows. Featured articles. How to make a glitter bomb. How to fold clothes. How to develop productive habits. How to send a good morning text and make someone feel special. How to make cloud slime. The easiest way to clean your room from top to bottom. Featured articles. How happy am I quiz. How to whiten teeth with baking soda. What does angel number 1111 mean? How to be healthy. How to make perfume last longer. How to appreciate yourself. Watch articles. How to clean the bottom of an oven. How to prepare lemon tea. How to cook a delicious omelette, a step-by-step guide. How to straighten your hair. How to clean flip-flops. How to close a bag of chips by folding it. Trending articles. How to see who is connected to your wireless network. 80+ bio ideas to spice up your Discord profile. Something bit me. Common insect bites, with pictures. All about the that girl aesthetic. How to grow taller. How to view Instagram without an account. Quizzes. What Disney princess am I quiz. Take quiz. Do I have a phobia quiz. Take quiz. Guess my age quiz. Take quiz. Am I a genius quiz. Take quiz. Depression test. Take quiz. What human emotion am I quiz. Take quiz. Categories. Education and communications. Personal development. Maturity. Wikihow newsletter. Helpful how-tos delivered to your inbox every week. Sign me up. By signing up you are agreeing to receive emails according to our privacy policy. Home. About Wikihow. Experts. Jobs. Contact us. Sitemap. Terms of use. Privacy policy. Contribute. Wikihow Tech Help Pro. Level up your tech skills and stay ahead of the curve. Let's go. X. Join us in our mission. For over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to do anything. Today, we're asking that you join us. Any amount that you can contribute helps us to continue providing readers like you with trusted, accurate and up-to-date information. Please Consider supporting our continued work with a contribution to Wikihow. Let's do this. Pro. Quizzes. Edit. Explore. Login. Random. Skip to content. Wikihow is where trusted research and expert knowledge come together. Learn why people trust Wikihow. Personal development. Maturity. How to be serious. Download article. Methods. 1. Staying focused. 2. Prioritizing tasks. 3. Maintaining a mature and professional demeanor. Plus show 2 more. Other sections. Video. Related articles. References. Article summary. Co-authored by Guy Richard. Last updated, the 10th of October, 2023. Fact-checked. Do you want to live a more serious, grounded life and have people take you more seriously? Being serious is a state of mind that can help you stay focused and make healthier, more rational decisions. It can also help you grow professionally and develop better relationships. Check out the tips below to learn how you can start living more seriously and start commanding the respect you deserve. Method 1. Staying focused. Download article. 1. 1. Train your brain. If you have trouble staying focused, it can help to think of your brain as a muscle, and just like the rest of your muscles, it needs to be exercised to be effective at its job. 1. Set aside a time of day to practice focusing on a single task. Start small, just take a few minutes at first each day to really make yourself fully focus on single task. If and when you find your mind wandering, immediately return to the task at hand. If you realize you've drifted off task, that's half the battle. Remove distractions and focus more by practicing mindfulness and presence. Since we can notice all sorts of distractions in our daily lives, make a list of the most common distractions we experience and make a real or mental note to remove them from our environment. 2. Realize that everything you do has a result. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What you choose to do does have consequences, often in ways you can't foresee or possibly know of. Being serious involves recognizing what most needs your attention, and focusing on it. Always avoid procrastination. Not only does procrastinating cause stress and contribute to depression and anxiety, it can be a major factor in reducing overall productivity and leading to unintended consequences. 2. Example: I need to trim a dead tree branch hanging over my house. Instead I decide I'll do it later and play a video game now. Later that day, my friend calls and desperately needs a ride from the airport. The branch doesn't get trimmed. That night there's a huge windstorm. The branch falls and punches a hole in my roof. Now, instead of simply trimming a tree branch, I have to get my roof fixed. 2. Take care of what needs attention first. You may regret it if you don't. 3. Reduce the need to multitask. Multitasking makes us feel like we're being productive, but in reality too much multitasking can cause distraction and lessen our effectiveness. Take each task individually, get it done, and move on to the next. 4. Tackle your most difficult tasks first. Getting the most difficult or least pleasant tasks out of the way first will give you a huge boost and reduce the possibility of procrastination. After Getting the biggest obstacle out of the way, the other items on your list will seem like a breeze. 3. Tell us what you think. What type of task scheduling do you find most effective for staying focused? Setting aside a specific time of day to focus on a single task. Starting small and gradually increasing the time spent on a single task. Removing distractions and practicing mindfulness. Avoiding procrastination by tackling tasks immediately. Prioritizing difficult tasks first for a productivity boost. 43 total votes. Method 2. Prioritizing tasks. Download article. 1. 1. Make a list. Make a list the night before of the day's tasks in order of urgency and importance. If you have a smartphone, then you have a powerful organizational tool at your fingertips. There are many useful apps for creating a concise and helpful to-do list. Using an app can also help you keep your lists organized, rather than creating a sea of paper. 4. Remember, put the most difficult tasks at the top of your list. 2. 2. Get up in the morning and make your bed. Starting the day with a positive accomplishment, however small, gets the ball of accomplishment for the rest of the day rolling. Then look at your prioritized list. Take each item one at a time, and let each task completed be a segue into the next. After each task is accomplished, the next words out of an effective and serious person's mouth are, "What's next?" Let that be your mantra. Always ask yourself, what's next? 3. 3. Allow yourself a short break from time to time. But don't get sidetracked. Specify what your break will entail. Think, I'll finish this episode of my favorite show while I eat this banana, then back to the task at hand. Stick to it. Once you let yourself slide off the schedule, it's a slippery slope to accomplishing nothing at all. 4. 4. Use your time wisely. Recognize that time is finite, and think of it as a resource. Be aware of the time you spend on a task. Don't become so swept up in mundane details that you waste time on things that don't matter. Ask yourself, how is the time I'm spending on this advancing me toward my goal? 5. Be able to put things aside that are holding you back from accomplishing what you set out to accomplish, or, if the way you've chosen to go about a task isn't working, try something else. Be flexible, be malleable. Be able to bend without breaking. 5. 5. Know how far you can go. Knowing your limits isn't limiting, but freeing. Accepting that you have accomplished tasks to the best of your abilities is hugely rewarding. Remember, completing any task gives you a boost to accomplish more. Take simple steps, and continue to do so, and over time you will accomplish a great deal. 6. 6. Understand the rules of the game. Some rules can be changed and others cannot. Having the grace to change what you can and accept what you cannot is huge in being a more serious person. To fret over mundane details of life you wish could be different, but know deep down cannot, is to limit yourself. When you come upon an immovable obstacle, go around it, and proceed on your course. Method 3. Maintaining a mature and professional demeanor. Download article. 1. 1. Look ahead, not back. As we grow older, we tend to want to hang on to youthful behaviors. Everyone goes through periods of conflict between the desire to be carefree and just have fun, and being mature and responsible. Let's face it, often being mature and serious is the less immediately pleasant way of living life. However, being more serious in life involves realizing that the long-term benefits of being responsible and taking care of business outweigh hedonistic pleasures. Wake every day with the intention of being mature. Be aware each morning that some of the decisions ahead in your day will involve foregoing fun in favor of accomplishment. 2. Consider your social stature. If you want to be serious, be aware of how your everyday behavior reflects that. You are how you act, so making the effort to be serious and mature in your actions throughout the day, even the small things, is important to truly being serious. 3. Be in control of your emotions. One of the most important part of being mature is having the ability to control your emotions, rather than them controlling you. 6. Consider your feelings carefully before acting on them. Act, don't react. When you behave with maturity, you're using the rational and reasoning side of yourself, rather than the animalistic, instinctual side. When someone speaks to you, especially in moments of conflict, pause and consider your reply with a cool head before responding. What first pops into your head isn't always the best thing to say. Think before you speak. Apply that to actions especially. Actions speak louder than words, so be especially aware of how your actions reflect on your level of maturity. Do you act only after coolly thinking out your course, or do you react without consider the consequences? 4. Love yourself. Part of being mature is recognizing that you have worth. It's often easier to beat oneself up over mistakes than to learn from them. 7. If you want to be more mature and live a more serious life, make the effort to respect yourself and value yourself. Treat your body with respect. Eat well, and get plenty of exercise and sleep. Keep friends who value you, get rid of people who don't. Friends will respect you and understand that you are special for being you. Everyone crosses paths with people who do not do those things. You have no obligation to keep them around. Part of maturity is making the tough decisions about who we associate with. Tell us what you think. In your experience, does eating healthy make you feel better? Yes. No. 32 total votes. Method 4. Taking pride in yourself and your appearance. Download article. 1. Be self-aware, as opposed to self-conscious. Being self-aware doesn't mean you are being shy or embarrassed, aspects we usually associate with self-consciousness, but that you have the capacity to reflect on yourself, both inwardly and outwardly. 2. Practice good hygiene. Taking pride in oneself enough to practice good hygiene is important in being a serious and meaningful person. It is also healthier and will simply help you feel good. Keep your hair and fingernails trimmed. Brush your teeth at least twice daily. Practicing good oral hygiene not only shows others that you are a serious and put-together person, but it also helps protect against bacterial infection and is beneficial for your health overall. 8. 3. Wear clothes that you like, neatly. Wear clothes that you want to wear, and that are neat, is important in showing that you are a serious person. It doesn't have to mean that you are vain or overly self-conscious, but simply that you care enough about your own well-being to take care of yourself. Method 5. Remembering the Golden Rule. Download article 1. 1. Be helpful to other human beings. It is so easy in today's world to become focused on me, that we often forget that one of the most rewarding and productive things we can do is to focus on the well-being of others. When you are helpful to others, even in small, everyday ways, you will find that your overall sense of your own well-being will greatly increase and your confidence in the tasks and goals you have before you will be much greater. Greater confidence in yourself and your own abilities results in much higher personal productivity, and, in turn, will help you to become a more serious person. 2. 2. Volunteer. Get involved in local volunteer opportunities. In 2013 alone, over 62 million Americans engaged in some form of volunteer work. 9. Do you have a soft spot for kids? For old folks? For animals? Maybe you'd like to help maintain trails at a local park, or feed the homeless in a soup kitchen. Volunteer opportunities abound everywhere, especially in urban centers. Even a couple hours a week, or even a month, can help give you a sense of focus and purpose in your life. Volunteering not only makes you feel good about yourself, it connects you with others, increases your social skills, combats depression, and helps keep you healthy. 3. 3. Practice the Golden Rule. When you do to others as you would have done to yourself, you create a loop of goodwill. This isn't just for morality's sake. The more you show goodwill to others, the more likely they will be to contribute to your own advancement. Expert Q&A. Ask a question. Submit video. Tips. You live in an environment, so make it incredible. Surround yourself with you. Take the time to clean, to furnish your dwelling and workspace and make it your own. When you are in control of your environment, you are in control of yourself. Take the time to step back and look at what you've achieved. Remember, having a sense of pride about accomplishing will help motivate you to accomplish even more. Submit a tip. All tip submissions are carefully reviewed before being published. Submit. You might also like how to be mature, how to be responsible, what is blame shifting, plus how to respond to it, how to be a responsible student, how to be a mature teenager. 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. Taking responsibility for your actions. How to do it and why it's important. How to stop being immature. How to act more mature in daily surroundings. How to be a responsible teen. How to be an emotionally independent person. How to accept blame and take accountability, with expert tips. How to be tolerant of others. How to become a stronger woman. References. 1 https://hbr.org/2012/01/train your brain to focus. 2 https://onlineelabry.wiley.com/do/herbs/10.1111/JASP.12646 3 https://insight.kellogg.northwestern.edu/article/easy or hard tasks first. 4 https://hbr.org/2020/01/ Time management is about more than life hacks. 5 https://www.northeastern.edu/graduate/blog/time management tips online students/ 6 https://hbr.org/2015/02/ to stay focused, manage your emotions. 7 https://psychcentral.com/blog/ways to love yourself more. 8 https://mhanational.org/taking good care yourself. 9 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/health-living/volunteering and its surprising benefits.htm. About this article. Co-authored by Guy Richard, Executive Life Coach. This article was co-authored by Guy Richard. Guy Richard is an executive life coach and the founder of Heart-Rich Coaching and Training, a professional life coaching and inner leadership training provider based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He works with people to create more meaning, purpose, well-being, and fulfillment in their lives. Guy has over 10 years of personal growth coaching and resilience training experience, helping clients enhance and transform their inner worlds, so they can be a more positive and powerful influence on those they love and lead. He is an Adler Certified Professional Coach, ACPC, and is accredited by the International Coach Federation. He earned a BA in Psychology from York University in 1997 and a Master of Business Administration, MBA, from York University in 2000. This article has been viewed 183,960 times. 48 votes, 77%. Co-authors, 16. Updated, the 10th of October, 2023. Views, 183,960. Categories, featured articles. Maturity in other languages: Portuguese, Spanish, French, German. Print. Send fan mail to authors. Thanks to all authors for creating a page that has been read 183,960 times. Did this article help you? Yes, no. Co-authored by Guy Richard, Executive Life Coach. 48 votes, 77%. Click a star to vote. Co-authors, 16. Updated, the 10th of October, 2023. Views, 183,960. Anonymous. The 5th of March, 2019. All of it really makes a lot of sense. It was my first article I've read at Wikihow, and I really more. Share yours. Quizzes. Do I have a dirty mind quiz? Take quiz. Am I a good kisser quiz? Take quiz. Riz game, test your riz. Take quiz. What's your red flag quiz? Take quiz. Am I smart quiz? Take quiz. How insecure am I quiz? Take quiz. You might also like how to be mature, how to be responsible. What is blame shifting? Plus, how to respond to it. How to be a responsible student. Featured articles. How to protect yourself from predators, for kids. How to play mahjong. How to remove scratches from a phone screen. How to add an egg to ramen, tips for creating a flavorful meal. 9 ways to cut your long hair at home. How to respond to a heart emoji. Trending articles. Best excuses to use to explain away a hickey. A My Smart quiz. 7 easy ways to know if someone is online on Snapchat. How to be cat-like. How to effectively crack your back. How to turn a voice memo into an MP3, iPhone, Mac, Windows. Featured articles. How to make a glitter bomb. How to fold clothes. How to develop productive habits. How to send a good morning text and make someone feel special. How to make cloud slime. The easiest way to clean your room from top to bottom. Featured articles. How happy am I quiz. How to whiten teeth with baking soda. What does angel number 1111 mean? How to be healthy. How to make perfume last longer. How to appreciate yourself. Watch articles. How to clean the bottom of an oven. How to prepare lemon tea. How to cook a delicious omelette, a step-by-step guide. How to straighten your hair. How to clean flip-flops. How to close a bag of chips by folding it. Trending articles. How to see who is connected to your wireless network. 80+ bio ideas to spice up your Discord profile. Something bit me. Common insect bites, with pictures. All about the that girl aesthetic. How to grow taller. How to view Instagram without an account. Quizzes. What Disney princess am I quiz. Take quiz. Do I have a phobia quiz. Take quiz. Guess my age quiz. Take quiz. Am I a genius quiz. Take quiz. Depression test. Take quiz. What human emotion am I quiz. Take quiz. Categories. Education and communications. Personal development. Maturity. Wikihow newsletter. Helpful how-tos delivered to your inbox every week. Sign me up. By signing up you are agreeing to receive emails according to our privacy policy. Home. About Wikihow. Experts. Jobs. Contact us. Site map. Terms of use. Privacy policy. Contribute. Get all the best how-tos. Sign up for Wikihow's weekly email newsletter. Subscribe. X. Join us in our mission. For over a decade, we've been on a mission to help everyone in the world learn how to do anything. Today, we're asking that you join us. Any amount that you can contribute helps us to continue providing readers like you with trusted, accurate and up-to-date information. Please consider supporting our continued work with a contribution to Wikihow. Let's do this. Personal development. Maturity. What is blame shifting? Plus, how to respond to it. Download article. Identifying and dealing with an emotional manipulator. Co-authored by Wes Pinkston and Luke Smith, MFA. Last updated, the 14th of November, 2023. Fact-checked. What is blame shifting? Types of blame shifting. Examples of blame shifting. Responding to a blame shifter. When is blame shifting abuse? Expert interview. Tips. We all make excuses or try to explain away our mistakes. But some people prefer to dodge blame altogether, and conversations with them quickly devolve into arguments that seem to go in circles. If that sounds familiar, chances are you were dealing with a blame shifter. It's important to recognize blame shifting in your own life in order to have productive discussions, and also to avoid emotional manipulation or even abuse. We'll fill you in on what blame shifting is, offer examples so you can spot the signs of a blame shifter, and give you helpful advice on how to talk to these sorts of people to avoid getting pulled into the blame game. Things you should know. Blame shifting is when a person tries to dodge responsibility for their words or actions by assigning the blame to someone else. Blame shifters often try to blame their actions on things other than people, too, like alcohol or drugs, or negative experiences in their own past. Often, blame shifters also try to make the other person feel responsible by claiming that they're too sensitive or that other people agree with the blame shifter. What is blame shifting? Download article. 1. Blame shifting is when someone skirts responsibility for their actions. More specifically, this person places that responsibility on someone else's shoulders in order to avoid consequences. 1. Everyone tries to shift the blame from time to time to avoid shame, but abusers and manipulators tend to consistently try to shift blame as a way to control others. Abusers often blame their victims for their own behavior as a way to maintain the power dynamic. 2. Similarly, narcissists may try to dodge blame as a way to preserve their own status. Blame shifting tends to escalate arguments or disagreements, since the innocent party becomes flustered or frustrated, making it harder to resolve the issue, which is often what an abuser wants. Types of blame shifting. Download article. 1. Denial. Often, blame shifters try to minimize or even deny that their hurtful actions ever occurred. 3. If successful, this enables them to ignore their own behavior and continue doing it. Minimizing the damage. If blame shifters do acknowledge their behavior, they often try to downplay how serious it was, or claim that it didn't actually lead to harm. 4. Dodging the blame. Finally, once it's undeniable that bad behavior occurred, blame shifters often try to pin the behavior on someone else, or claim that it's not their fault, but the victim's. 5. Examples of blame shifting. Download article. 1. Blaming others for their bad behavior. Chronic blame shifters often point to others as the cause for their mistakes, anger, or abuse. 6. They might claim that they only did something in response to another person's actions, or that they were forced to do it by someone else. The truth is that they just don't want to own up to their choices. Examples: I wouldn't have gotten so angry if you just hadn't disobeyed me. I only said that because my friend told me to. If you didn't want me to do X, then why did you Y? Blaming their actions on alcohol or drugs. While substances alter someone's state of mind, that doesn't automatically make them abusive. There are plenty of people who drink or use drugs and don't become violent, hurtful, or Irresponsible. 7. Blaming substances is simply a convenient way to shift the blame. Examples: you know how I get when I drink too much. I wasn't thinking straight. I'd never do that when I'm sober. I can't help what I do when I'm drunk / on drugs. Claiming their actions are the result of a troubled past. Chronic blame shifters sometimes bring up trauma in their own past to try to justify or redirect others. Anger. 8. They are hoping that your sympathy for their past trauma will override your frustration, or distract you from their responsibility. Rather than grow and learn from negative experiences, they wield them like weapons. Examples: I can't help getting angry. You know I've had bad experiences with X. Sorry, I wasn't taught any better, so it's hard not to do that. I tend to lash out whenever I'm reminded of my past. Pretending that their abuse was a sort of joke. Often, people try to pass off their harmful behavior as an attempt at humor, especially when being racist, sexist, or prejudiced in some way. 9. But for some, this is just another way to get away with saying or doing things that they know aren't acceptable. Examples: oh come on, I'm just having fun. It's comedy, it's meant to be challenging. You know I don't actually think that, I just said it to be funny. Claiming the other person is too sensitive. Oftentimes, serial abusers or manipulators tell their victims that they just can't handle their behavior, usually because the victim is mentally weak. This makes the victim feel ashamed and as though they are somehow lacking or at fault, rather than the one being harassed. 10. Examples: why do you always have to be such a killjoy? It's not my fault you can't handle a joke. You're always so sensitive about things that don't matter. Justifying their actions with how much they care. When dealing with manipulators, they may try to tell you that they only do what they do out of love, or that they're trying to protect you. But someone who loves you would never knowingly and repeatedly try to control you like that. 11. They might also claim that they know what's best for you, hoping you'll trust them enough to tolerate their actions. Examples: I don't like doing this, but I'm only watching out for you. You don't understand now, but you'll thank me later. I only said that because I love you and want what's best for you. Claiming that other people agree with them. Blame shifters may recruit third parties to agree with them or side with them, usually by misrepresenting the conflict to the third party. 12. Or, they might lie about how an authoritative person or group agrees with them to try to bolster their own argument, which can make their victim feel uncertain about their own position. Examples: I talked to your mom about it and she agrees with me. Why can't you? Look, I'm just doing what the Bible says I should do. Our co-workers all know that you're the one in the wrong here, not me. Responding to a blame shifter. Download article. 1. Create firm boundaries to avoid getting pulled into the blame game. Set boundaries to make it clear what kind of conversation you will or won't have. 13. The only way to win is not to play, so steer the conversation away from blame as soon as the subject comes up, and communicate in plain terms that you won't engage with that aspect of the problem. For example, say, I know that you care for me, but that doesn't mean you can treat me this way. I want to solve this problem, but I can't talk to you if you keep redirecting the conversation. Focus on the problem, rather than the blame. Once you wade into the turbulent waters of who's responsible for what, it can be hard to get out. Especially when talking to a blame shifter. Blame often leads to more blame, so when resolving conflicts with your partner or anyone else, focus on the issue and its solution rather than who did what. 14. Instead of, the apartment gets messy when you don't clean up after yourself, say, I'm a bit uncomfortable with the mess right now, can we spend some time cleaning up? Ask a good friend or family member for perspective. Find someone you trust, ideally someone with little connection to the manipulator, and explain the situation to them as best you can. 15. Tell them how the conflict started and why, and what the blame shifter said. When dealing with a blame shifter, it's easy to become confused or not trust your own judgment, and a third party can help you get things straight. Say something like, I'm having trouble untangling my feelings about a conflict. Can I tell you about it and ask your opinion? Or, talk with a therapist about your situation, especially if it's gone on for a while or has caused you significant harm. A therapist is professionally equipped to help you through this kind of issue. Walk away from the conversation, if necessary. Sometimes engaging with a blame shifter is a losing game. Their aim may be to win the argument by any means necessary, rather than actually work through the problem. If you find yourself getting frustrated or hurt, exit the conversation. If the problem continues, it may be that you need to cut off contact with that person altogether. If the problem occurs at work where you can't avoid the person, ask your boss for a private chat and explain that, despite your efforts, you and the blame shifter don't work well together, and you'd like to work with other people, if possible. When is blame shifting abuse? Download article. 1. Blame shifting is abuse when it's done repeatedly, without remorse. Sometimes, blame shifting isn't done intentionally to harm. For instance, people with ADHD are known to struggle with accidental blame shifting. In these cases, healthy communication can solve the issue. We'll include tips on that below. But when a person does it repeatedly, using blame shifting as a way to manipulate and gain power over you, it's emotional abuse. And that's never okay. In this case, try 16. Seeing a counselor. You could visit either a relationship or individual counselor. An expert is able to identify patterns of negative behavior and arm you with solutions to stop it. Or, visit the hotline to receive emergency help. Leaving the relationship, as painful as it is, you deserve better from your partner. If you determine that your partner is purposefully manipulating you, it might be time to put your own emotional well-being first. Tell us what you think. What do you think is the most effective way to deal with a blame shifter? Creating firm boundaries. Focusing on the problem instead of the blame. Seeking perspective from a friend or family member. Walking away from the conversation. Seeking help from a therapist. 80 total votes. Expert Q&A. Ask a question. Submit. Tips. People with ADHD sometimes shift blame, too. It's often because the person is already dealing with so much ADHD-related stress that taking the blame for their actions feels overwhelming. It's different from abuse, and often they don't mean to cause harm, but seeking help via counseling or therapy can often aid everyone involved. Submit a tip. All tip submissions are carefully reviewed before being published. Submit. You might also like how to be mature, how to be responsible, how to be serious, how to be a responsible student, how to be a mature teenager. 17 ways to be more proactive in your everyday life. Taking responsibility for your actions. How to do it and why it's important. How to stop being immature. How to act more mature in daily surroundings. How to be a responsible teen. How to be an emotionally independent person. How to accept blame and take accountability, with expert tips. How to be tolerant of others. How to become a stronger woman. Expert interview. Thanks for reading our article. If you'd like to learn more about blame shifting, check out our in-depth interview with Wes Pinkston. References. 1 https://www.nkb.nlm.ni.gov/pmc/articles/PMC 2 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 3 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 4 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 5 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 6 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 7 https://www.theholine.org/resources/blame shifting and minimizing there's no excuse for abuse/ 8 https://www.helpguide.org/articles/abuse/domestic violence and abuse.htm 9 https://theconversation.com/it's just a joke, the subtle effects of offensive language. 62,440. More references. 7.